2018-2019 school year, the district hired an architectural firm to conduct a feasibility study in all 6 of our schools to evaluate their capacity, their enrollment trends, and to make some recommendations for us as a district to best accommodate the future growth that we saw. Based on that and the evaluation of a variety of other factors, a 5-6 grade configuration was determined. And this situation is great both developmentally and academically because it allows us to address both 5th and 6th grade learners as a collective group and also alleviate the crowding in our middle school and our elementaries.
We have a whole process that we had in place for Great Valley School District that we do for many of the other school districts. And that process, we call it the community-based process. And we kind of build the process by understanding first what their desires are educationally, and we start to frame a building program around that. So we do a virtual tour of facilities across the United States that may represent the kinds of things that they're trying to do. And then we do actual physical tours. We actually took them to a project down in Virginia. And that project had a very similar sort of commons type space to what they're looking at, but more importantly, it had the smaller learning communities. The other part of this project that was important, that kind of inspired the design, was the idea of both kind of a media center library concept combined with STEAM and STEM spaces. And they saw that as important also, and as you begin to see the project emerge, you're going to see how those became kind of the hub for the academic area of the building.
When we were looking to design the 5-6 Center, one of the aspects that we had to consider was the fact that we would be transitioning students from an elementary school to an intermediate school of 5-6 to then when they go to 7-8. And one of the factors in an elementary structure is that students are typically in a self-contained or they're in the same classroom all day. And so we will have that in the 5-6 Center, but what we're introducing is the fact that the students are not only in a self-contained classroom or they're in the same classroom with the same teacher for most of the day, but then they're going to be in a house with maybe 4 other teachers as well. So they'll create somewhat like a house team, and they'll have the opportunity to then interact with other students within that house structure. And so each structure in and of itself is self-contained within the building, and then there will be different houses for different for the grade levels. So there may be 4 or 5 houses in 5th grade and 4 or 5 houses in 6th grade, which would comprise of approximately 100 students within a house.
So the 5-6 configuration really has a lot of promise. We know developmentally those are very important formative years, and so we went with the idea of a design that allows for collaborative, open environments and spaces, which really resonated with our public. It was the idea of taking a large school and giving a smaller communal feel, and as you see in the design, this creation of houses really does afford for a small, more intimate look.